Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. Hello, hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. And let me know if everything sounds good with the music and everything. Yeah, I'm here. What's up, everyone? How's it going? Nice. Okay. Okay, good. So today I'm gonna be working on Purussaurus stuff. So we have skin, a couple skins, well, 3 that we need to get going. I'm gonna try to establish one of them today during the stream. I also have some other work to do on the Peru. It's not just like the skin pattern. It's also some other maps that need to go onto the Peru. But I'll kind of explain as I go for those of you who haven't been here before. Kind of seems like a lot of you. There's a lot of new names, unless you all changed your names before. You guys, you kind of caught me in the middle of troubleshooting a few things because I will show you for those of you who are interested. So the Purussaurus has a low poly mesh that goes into the game. This is the low poly that I worked on a while ago. This is the game ready mesh. And this mesh has 2 UV sets. One UV set for like the general maps that kind of apply to everything that don't require asymmetry. And then it has another UV set, which is this one, that is for the actual skin color, like the skin pattern. Because sometimes the skin pattern, like all the spots and stripes and stuff, need to have some asymmetry to them, so they can't be mirrored. So what I'm doing right now, or what I was doing, is I was trying to figure out why my substance painter was refusing to bake my maps for the asymmetrical UV set. It was being really annoying. I can pop out chat right quick. I don't like it in that corner. I'll put it over here. Let's see. Favorite dinosaur from the roster? I've been asked that. I don't actually remember what is all in the roster, to be honest. Let me see. Did they have the roster on the Discord someplace? Because there's so many, and I do not know them all. Like I don't have the roster memorized. We all changed names for you to think we were all new. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that is like a real thing. Like, I've had people like like I guess regulars like in the chat before, and if you change your name, you're basically a new person to me. Like I cannot keep track with like whose name is the same and who isn't and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I keep my name consistent like everywhere. Like on Instagram, on Discord, like even in like the games I play online. It's always RAR. I don't change it. Let's see. I'm trying to get my head back into where I was here. So I need the low poly of this. So I need my... Do I need the FBX or do I need the OBJ? I'm trying the OBJ. And DirectX. Maybe it's because source load UV1. So I was having a bit of a scaling issue. I don't want to spend too long. I mean, we kind of have to get this dealt with though. So I'm sorry that you guys are gonna kind of jump in here and see me like troubleshooting all this stuff. But it's kind of necessary. It is necessary or else we can't move forward on anything. So this is the right UV set. Ashley Austin. I'm using ZBrush, Blender, and now I'm in Substance Painter. I use ZBrush for the high poly sculpt. I use Blender for like UVs, low poly, like the retopology and stuff. And then I use, well, we're in Substance Painter for the actual like the texturing. Okay, now I need to try and bake this. I just want this. I don't want to see these right now. We are going to use this. These are low poly. I need my high polys. These are high polys. I need the eyes, the body, teeth. And that should be okay. Open this up. It's only recognizing the leg, yeah, which is great. I don't know why it's doing that. Why are you doing this to me? It's the high poly. So yeah, for those of you, I mean, you were looking at the low poly. This is the high poly here. This is the actual, this is what I sculpted in ZBrush, all this stuff. So this is all the detail that I'm trying to get transferred over onto the low poly. But it's giving me a hard time. Because it always just does that, I suppose. Okay. Is the Pooer gonna have a lunge? You know, I don't know. I'd assume so. I'd assume they'd have some sort of way to jump out of the water. Just for the time being, we're just gonna start getting this together because this is actually working. So this is the roughness pass. This is the normal map and the roughness pass for the Puru. Basically, it's just the surface detail and how the light reacts to the surface detail. So all these little, like, you know, the high poly detail from the sculpt is in here. And then we have to tell the engine like how shiny something is, how rough it is. So that's kind of what I'm determining here now with all the work that I'm doing. So we'll just kind of continue with this until it's in a good spot, and then I'll export, and then we'll try it out in Blender to make sure everything's looking okay. And then I'll probably have to go back and try and troubleshoot that mess that was happening with the other UV set. We'll get some work done here first. Okay, so on the roughness, the stuff that you guys see that's like closer to white, that's very rough stuff. Like that's stuff that doesn't reflect light very well. So it's gonna look kind of darker. And then the stuff that is darker, like the dark gray you see on the tips of these areas here, those are shinier spots, more shiny areas. So those will reflect light more. So let's see. I'm trying to remember where I picked up, because last time I worked on this was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm trying to remember where the heck I was. The heck? There we go. Yeah. Hey Void, how's it going? Good to see you in here. I need to work on the teeth, because I don't have any roughness values on the teeth. So we're gonna jump over to the teeth. And we're gonna get started on these guys. So I'm turning everything kind of a dark color because it's easier for me to see how the light's reacting on the surface. It's easier for me to see how shiny something is if it's darker. That's why everything's black right now. It doesn't mean that the final colors of the Puru are going to be dark like this. It's just what I need to do right now to get stuff looking the way I want. So I'm gonna make the teeth fairly shiny to start. And then I'm gonna grunge them up just a little bit. Let me check what maps I have on the teeth. I need to bake some maps for the teeth. So we'll do that really quick. Teeth. We only want the teeth. There are some problems with that. But it shouldn't affect the teeth because the teeth meshes have been the same. We want... Maybe I should rebake the teeth normals. Just so we have we're making sure that all the details are taken care of in there, because there were some red spots, so I think that's fine. Now that we have the normal map, we'll bake everything else. Position, I think that's all we need. So we'll bake everything else out. I need some of these maps to generate some of the new ones that I want to make. Being good, about to order some food and work on some stuff. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I got my coffee. I don't know if anybody else is... It's supposed to be super hot over the weekend, so I'm probably just gonna stay inside. Because I had the air conditioner going. Yeah, like it's pretty early in the morning, and it's already warming up. So this afternoon seems like it's gonna be not too great. Oh, I rebaked it again. I'll just wait for it to do that. Can I make the Peru hot pink? Probably. Probably could. Okay, so this is going to be... We're going to take a look at the roughness. It's all very uniform right now. We're gonna make this is like the base roughness. And then I'm gonna duplicate this. And then we're gonna make this slightly rougher. And I'm gonna mask this off. So where do I want to mask this off? Probably in the cavities first, just to start off with. I need the curvature. So that's the curvature, and I want to probably invert it, I think. We'll add levels. Invert. Yeah. I'll play around with the levels a little bit. Get this to feel... So I want it to feel like the recessed areas are a little bit more dried out, I guess, or like less shiny. The weird thing about crocodilian teeth is that they're exposed a lot of the time. They're not like situated within the mouth. So I'd say they tend to be a little bit like... Normally I'd make teeth like very shiny because they're inside the mouth. They're covered with saliva a lot of the time. But I think in this case it's safer to do the opposite. So that seems fine. And then I wanna break it up more because I don't like stuff to be super like even like that. So we'll try and get a grungy texture. Probably layer a couple different kinds of textures on this. Some kind of grungy dirt stuff. We'll set it to multiply just to break it up. So now instead of being like super consistent like this, it's got some nice variation to it. So if I go back to the material and I pan the light around it, you should start seeing, maybe I need to exaggerate it more though. There should be some variation. I'm probably too subtle though right now. Need to crank it up. Crank up the difference. That would mean that I need to make this look rougher. So that's starting to show up a little bit better. Like you see in the highlights, like this stuff, how it's not like a clean highlight. It's got like breakup in it. That's the type of stuff I'm looking for. I could probably make it. That's the thing about sort of game models. If this were like a very realistic render, like if you guys follow me on Instagram or anything like that, you can see some of my my renders that I do of like they're not game models. They're like I get to be more like they have higher resolution maps. They're closer to what like a movie like resolution model would be. It's like on a game model, you basically get one map of like, it could be like probably a 2K map for the whole animal, whereas on the models that I do, that I just rendered out on Instagram, they have like 10 separate maps or 20 separate maps, and each of those are 4K. And that's just for the body. So this type of subtlety would work in that case, but here it's too subtle. We need to exaggerate stuff a little bit better. So let me make this bigger. Actually, is bigger where I want to go, or do I want to go actually maybe make it grainier? Maybe do this and then just crank up the levels some more. Make it something like that, maybe. Am I doing this to, let's see. Yeah, both teeth sets are on the same UV, so I should be adjusting both at the same time. So that's what it looks like so far. Got yard work done in the morning. Thought I'd beat the heat. Miss Kissark. Hey, how's it going? Thank you again for the 5. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see what else we can add here. Turn on the eye. The eye is going to be real easy because we even have maps on the eye yet. We do. We have no roughness on the eye, but it's going to be pretty shiny. So we'll make it dark like this. That's the easiest one. So this is like the crevices. I want to do one more that's just the base of the tooth, probably. So I will add another, make an effective roughness. Make that pretty white. We'll add the black mask. Fill. Or maybe we can probably try some of these smart masks just to see if they help at all. I don't know. I go back and forth on these smart mask things. Sometimes they do really good. Like they do like speed up stuff for you, but then other times it's like they're just kind of awkward to deal with. Because they'll kind of target stuff that you don't want them to target. Like this one, it's supposed to target the... Well, I guess it's getting the occlusion. So it's doing what it's supposed to do, but it's not oriented the way I would want it. What can we do? Let's see what this does. That's kind of nice. It's very subtle, though. Very, very subtle. I might have to hand paint it in. Make this super white again. Black. Fill. Curve. Invert. So what I'm trying to do is target, like, I just want to target these areas here at the very base of the tooth. That gets me most of the way, but I need to do a little bit of paint, I think. So we'll dig into that. I think that might be the last part of this. Because to me the body was looking pretty good. I'll double check it, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. But to me, it was looking pretty good. I could do like a little bit of, I guess like a random kind of splotchy texture just to make it, maybe he has like a little bit of cavities or something, you know? Just some more wear and tear to it, so there's a little bit more interest. You can see how the roughness maps kind of expose the texture too. You can see all the texture detail inside the mouth, which is pretty cool. It adds a lot of depth to a model, where otherwise it might look kind of flat. It's really helpful. And I think it's worth spending a little bit of extra time on the inside of the mouth, because these, like crocodiles, have their mouths open all the time when they're basking and stuff. So you're gonna see the inside of the mouth a lot, I think. Hey, what's going on? Somebody's not replying to somebody. The teeth look too small. Based on what? Because we have the Purussaurus skull. And we have the teeth. So the teeth were sculpted to the Purussaurus skull itself. So I'm pretty confident in the size of the teeth. I think they look pretty good in context with the rest of the animal. So oh, the teeth are too small to fight the mud crab. That may be the case. That might be the case. He may be in trouble. Did anybody keep up with Gamescom stuff? I think that was this week, right? Anybody excited for any games coming out? Anything catch your eye? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know if anything really caught my eye from Gamescom. I'm trying to think. I mean, there was the Monster Hunter update that showed off the Final Fantasy XIV collab, which I'm kind of I'm excited about it, but I'm also not excited about it because like I really like the collabs they do with Final Fantasy, but I wish they would have chosen a monster instead of the like robot thing that they picked, like some sort of creature. I can't remember what they picked. It was like some Omega weapon looking thing. What else was there? Resident Evil looked kind of cool, but I think yeah, those sequences in Resident Evil games where they have like a monster follow you, like some big monster just like follow you for like a good section of the game. Those stress me out. That feeling of something like tagging along behind you. And then you're in that situation for like extended periods of time. I don't know if I can deal with those. Lords of the Fallen 2. That game does, visually it seems interesting. I think they have really cool, like, armor designs and stuff like that. I don't know about the gameplay. Because they say it's a Souls... I haven't played it, so they say it's a Souls-like... I don't know like how Souls-like it is. But it's cool that they're able to make a sequel. Cuz they're not like a AAA studio, I don't think, or they weren't. Oh yeah. Okay. I might try it out. I love Elden Ring. Elden Ring is like one of my top favorite games. Like I'd say probably of all time so far. I mean, I really like a lot of the From Software games are kind of up there for me though. Definitely Bloodborne. But Elden Ring is pretty high up there for me. I'm playing a lot of Night Rain right now with some friends of mine. Having a good time with that. I was recently going through the DLC for Elden Ring. I was really enjoying that too. I still have to finish it. I kind of accidentally started to get to the end game stuff. I think it's end game stuff, but there's like this huge chunk of the map I still haven't explored, so I think I have to backtrack because I think I went too far towards like story progression stuff. Did I play the Dark Souls trilogy? Not the whole trilogy. I played Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3. I didn't play 2. Some friends of mine were thinking of doing a playthrough of Dark Souls 2 soon, I think. So we might do that. Night Run's been really fun. Like it's been I like how like fast paced it is, but then I like how it's pretty punishing. Like especially some of the bosses that they've been cranking out, because they have the normal versions of the bosses, and then they have like the amped up sort of hard versions of the bosses. The normal versions of the bosses are already super hard, I think. I mean, there's a couple that are like more gimmicky that are easier, but there's also like the opposite where like they're just relentless, relentless. There's this goat demon boss called Libra. It does like it's like a madness like themed fight. That boss, I don't know how many times we fought that thing. It was really hard. But yeah, it's super challenging. I like that kind of stuff, It's challenging, but it's like, I like when things are challenging but fair. I don't really like when things are just challenging just to, they'll like, some games will make challenging opponents by just like giving it more health, or like they'll just make it very tanky and it doesn't feel good to fight. These guys are challenging because you have to learn their attacks and stuff like that, and you have to be observant, and then like you can't just jump into the fight and just start swinging and get anywhere, That's why I like them a lot more. And then playing through it with friends is really nice. I mean, I've done some like solo runs, and I've done runs with randoms. I think that adds even more challenge to it. Solo, not so much, because you have full control over everything you do yourself, right? But with randoms, it's much harder. Opal, whenever I stream Elden Ring, let you know. I don't know. In some ways, I feel like I'd be more nervous to stream a game than streaming like this in front of you guys right now. I feel like people would judge me harsher. That could be fun. I mean, there are some games that I would like to play just to like some older games, I guess. That would be fun to play just to like, because I don't see a lot of playthroughs of them online. I think it would be cool to at least get some representation for those games out there. They're games that I grew up with and that I really love. Stuff that kind of influenced me really early on. Once Echoes finally comes out, or we get into early access and stuff like that, that might be cool to do some streams of that. Because I think playing a game like from a developer or like an artist perspective might be interesting to watch. I don't know. get a little bit behind the scenes of like, you know, how it was kind of made, and like a little bit of knowledge on how the game is put together while playing through it, maybe. I don't know. Raul would definitely be on the dino side, especially Peru. Are we talking about choosing sides, whether we'd be like humans or dinos? Yeah, I think you're right, Void. I would go dino every time, probably. You'd have to make a really cool like human character for me to choose that over a dinosaur. They never added VoIP, Small John. All you can do is like ping spots on the map, and then you kind of hope that people go with you there. It's better when you're all together and you're like, you can deal damage like all together at once to like just mow down stuff and farm stuff. If you're just by yourself, depending on your level, it can kind of be inefficient. Because there's some people who think it's like a good idea to like split up and just kind of go do their own thing on the map, but it's kind of counterproductive, I think. It's way better to be a team and like, you know, tackle everything together so you can save time, because time is a huge factor. Halo, Void Halo CE. Oh, I play Halo too. I love Halo. Halo 2 was a big deal for me. I love the multiplayer aspect of Halo. My friends and I have played a lot of Halo. I don't think, yeah, I'd agree with you. It doesn't really get old. It's pretty fun. Any more animals from the Cenozoic period? I'm not sure. Here, let me look this up really quick, okay? Because a lot of people have been asking me about the roster stuff. Can I just look that up online? Or Void, do you know where I could find the roster list on the Discord? Because I've gotten a few questions about that, and I've glanced at the roster, but I haven't like committed anything to memory really. So I don't actually I kind of vaguely know what's on there, but I don't actually know everything about it. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you, Islander. Thank you. There we go. Thank you guys. Okay. Let's see. Someone asked me what my favorite dino on here was. Oh, we have Megalania. See, there's stuff on here that I didn't even realize we were gonna have. Megalania is gonna be sick. Not a dino though. Mipe might take it for me. Do we have it? Is that a? Because I love Mega Raptors. Mipe. I think Mipe is a Mega Raptor. Yeah. Yeah, Mega Raptors really. It's my favorite. My favorite dinosaur is Australopithecus. So any Mega Raptor that I can play as really is going to be really sick. So I'm really looking forward to that, if that's in the game. Cenozoic? I don't know where Megalania is. What? Megalania. Pleistocene. So yeah, I guess that qualifies. Megalania. That's the only one I see so far. Unless there's some others that I just kind of glazed over. But yeah, that would be my favorite. The Mipe sound. I'm looking forward to that. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe a bit hard to reconstruct though, because I don't know if we have like a ton of info on those guys. But we didn't really have a ton of info on Puru either. So yeah, thank you, Void. Samuel, we started on a concept for Spinosaurus on Wednesday. Right now, that's for an illustration, a splash art illustration that we're doing for the tech demo. Getting ready for the tech demo. So that's what that concept is for right now. So if there's no modeling like going to be done on that anytime soon, but there is a concept being worked on. So if you wanted to join in on Wednesdays and check out that progress, you're welcome to join. So I have a good chunk of, the teeth covered now. So yeah, I think I have every other tooth done with this little like ring of kind of grungy dirt stuff that's like collected at the base of it. I'm gonna grab some ref really quick. Let's see. Crocodile mouth. Oh, any mammals? Not that I saw in there. I'm not really familiar with a lot of prehistoric mammals though. Like megafauna and stuff like that. A lot of their names are not. I'm definitely like a dinosaur, pterosaur, marine reptile specialist. Not that I wouldn't be able to, you know, to work on anything like that. It would be interesting to learn. I mean, I've done some stuff, like I've sculpted like some saber-tooth tigers, gomphotheres. What the heck were they? Mixotoxodon. What the heck was it called? Well, Megalodon I've sculpted too. Terror birds. Opal, yeah. This is the roughness that I'm painting right now. Just kind of working up the teeth. I'm probably going to overlay another texture on here to break this up more. And then we can probably do like a test export and then get that into the Blender scene so we can see how it looks with the normal map and all that stuff on it. Honestly, if I don't know, if I can't get the bakes to work out of the other substance painter scene, I might just have to bake it out of Blender. I don't know. I'm kind of troubleshooting in my head right now as I go with this. Not on this scene, of course, because this is actually working, but the other scene for the skin texture pattern, I have to get a normal map baked in there, so that way I can tell what I'm doing on the skin. There's something happening. There's like little spots missing in this mask that I don't like. So I gotta fill those in. I think this this mouth interior blend would be a little bit better too, because it's kind of harsh. See this edge here? So we could probably work on that a little bit. I don't want it to be so stark. It needs to be a little bit more fuzzy. Himandrum, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I didn't know. It's cool that you're a sculptor. Or do you specialize in the Cenozoic mammal stuff then? Is that like your favorite thing to sculpt? A croc that needs dentures. ESE part 42, yeah, part 42. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? It's the thing that to keep in mind though is like, so part 42, we work on the Purussaurus 2 hours at a time, so 42 times 2. So that's 80 something hours, right? 84 hours. So compressed time, it's 2 weeks to complete to get to this point in the model. Like I was saying in the beginning of the process is like, you know, on average, it takes 2 to 2.5 to 3 full weeks. 2 weeks if it's like, depending on like the like what it is. Like if it's just like a dinosaur, because their skin is fairly repetitive. Like you can get away with using more like procedural like type skin covering on them, because their skin is like, it's mostly just the same kind of scales depending on what it is. But like with a croc like this, like the scales are so specialized. Like look, if you look at all this stuff, like each of these has to be hand sculpted basically. You can't really cheat it. If you try to cheat it, it's gonna look dumb. You have to go in there and you have to sculpt everything, make sure it all flows together. That's where I would say the time kind of gets increased. That's why I would say this is taking longer than like just a standard 80 hours. But yeah, I mean it takes a while to do this kind of work, you know. That's the purpose of this whole stream, you know, is to show people what really goes into making one of these assets. It's not just a day in a 3D program and then you have a finished model to throw in the game, you know. It'd be really cool, you know, if at some point I could dedicate more time to just focusing on 3D models like this, because it would be fairly quick to do them. I mean, some people think a couple of weeks is a long time, but for making an asset, that's not too long at all. And then you have to consider like the all the animation and stuff that goes in after I'm done with it too. I think that's a better blend. Let me turn on the teeth. Maybe I could add a little bit more roughness on the belly, because the belly is constantly like in contact with the ground. So I think it would probably be a little bit dustier and stuff. So maybe we could use a little bit more dirt in there. But I don't know. I'm trying to make this kind of like a generalized like roughness map to where it can be believable in multiple environments. Because who knows where people are gonna take the Puru, you know? Some people might be walking with the Puru into like a winter biome or something, and you see a Purussaurus walking around in the snow, so who knows. I'm gonna add a fill. I'm gonna break my my roughness that I just painted up. I'm gonna break it up a little bit because I don't want it to be too consistent. I'm gonna try and find a nice grunge map. Working on one thing for 2 weeks. It's not that bad. It depends on, I mean, you definitely as you work more on stuff, I feel like you kind of build up more like mental I guess stamina. So like you can focus on one thing for longer and longer and longer. There is like a breaking point though. Like if I was working on something for like, I don't know, 2 months, I think I'd start to go crazy probably. There is definitely like a limit, but 2 weeks is kind of, that's like my normal pace. So it sucks to like, you know, I'm pretty grateful to be working on this project because I feel like I can actually take my time and like work on the details I want to work on. It really sucks when you're being rushed. Like I've done jobs where like they're really like harping in on you, like you got to get it done in like a very short amount of time, like crunching. That stuff is not fun. I'm just kind of I'm breaking up that area that I painted so that way it doesn't look so solid. The whole thing about this is just adding variation. Not so much variation to where it like looks muddy, because that can be a problem too, but just enough variation to where it's kind of imparting like some imperfection. Because if it looks too normalized or like too regular, then people start to point out, like they start to feel like something's off. And the whole point is for this to feel like it's a believable creature in an environment, you know. Material. So let's see. If I pan this light around and just like observe what's going on here. I'm especially trying to look at the glancing angles, because that's really where you see like how the light is affecting the surface, like how it's catching certain edges and like bouncing over other ones. And if that's looking good, I feel like that does work. Okay, I feel like we can probably export some stuff and then try it out in Blender. Just see how it looks. We have that pose model in Blender too, so it might be cool to check out like how the light reacts on that pose model. Is the white layer for night? The white layer is kind of not really. It's kind of inconsequential. It's just there because that's like the default color. It doesn't necessarily have to be white. This scene here is not about color. It's just about roughness in the normal map. The color is going to be added in a separate file on a separate UV. This is just totally like none of the maps that I export from here are going to be in color. Well, technically the normal map is in color, but it doesn't contribute to the color of the animal. It just shows you the details on the surface. That's just the way we have things organized. Normally, like if I were doing a model for, I don't know, just like a render, just like for my portfolio or something, I would work on roughness, normal, and color all at the same time in the same document. But for the game, we have to separate them. So I'm going to export these. I'm going to test export. I need to find my folders. Peru. Need to make a new folder. These are texture exports. These are E0. Okay, they are PNGs. They need to be exported at 4K. I made a template for myself so that way I could just export these really fast. Okay, here it is. I need to remember that the roughness map is in the green channel. Roughness map is in the green channel. Roughness map. Okay. Body, eyes, teeth. Uh-oh, my light's turned off. Give me 1 sec. Okay. I got some new lights for my setup that are like, they're behind my computer, but they're on some, I think I accidentally set them on a timer and I'm not exactly sure how to get them off. I think I should be good. We'll try it. So just so you guys can see, this is the template that I made. So this is specifying like each of these slots here is basically a map that I'm exporting. So I have the normal map here, and then I have this map, which is a combination of 3 separate maps. So it's specular, it's the roughness, and it's the ambient occlusion map, all rolled into one. I'll show you how they look once I export them. But I think we're good to export. Okay. Catch up on chat while that's going. See you later, Void. Give it hot rod flames. Okay. So let me find the maps and I'll show you what they look like when they're exported. Game ready. Texture exports. So we'll just double check that they look good. It doesn't look like they exported all weird. So this is the normal map. I think it looks fine. All of these can be re-exported. So if there's anything messed up, we can address it. But for right now, these are all the other ones that I need. So each of these are getting, the roughness map is included in here. It's on the green channel. Normal for the eye. That's really simple because it's just a sphere. And then these are the normals for the teeth. And roughness for the teeth. Okay. Looks good to me, I think. We'll try it out. Let's take it over to not ZBrush, Blender. Try it out on the model. I need to open my shading. Spino. I don't know, Spino. I'm not the one who decides on the models that we make, But I personally appreciate that it's a different species that, we don't really see a lot of representation for. It gives us a chance to do something unique. something that can let us, have our own voice and not like be influenced by other like media that's out there. So I don't know. I feel like there's advantages and disadvantages to doing that. Because like there are definitely like popular species, right? Like you could just pick all the popular stuff, put it in here, probably do fine. But I don't know. The downside to that is that everybody else has those too. So kind of have to weigh your options. Okay. We are going to be zero, I think. So we gotta get all of these textures in here. There's my texture exports. Here's my UV0 maps. I'm gonna start with the normal map. This is probably going to display not right because these are DirectX normals, and I think Blender uses OpenGL normals, so we're going to have to do some fiddling. Or maybe it does display properly. I'm suspicious of that. A little bit suspicious. We'll keep going. Then we need the roughness. Color. So this map is unique, right? Because it has 3 maps in one. So I need to separate. The color I need, because I don't need all 3. So I need the green channel. Green channel goes into the roughness. So I'm looking at the normal map and I'm trying to determine if it's inverted or not. I think it is, because the shadows are pointing up and the light's coming from the downward angle, so I gotta invert the green channel. So I had to separate the color, and then I'm going to need to recombine the color over here. But then I gotta invert. I think I gotta invert color. Green, red goes into the red, blue goes into the blue, green goes back in here. Okay, there we go. So that should be... That's it for the skin. I need to do the teeth. Oh, that's the little. I mean, I guess I could probably just export. I could export an OpenGL normal from Blender. I mean, not Blender, Substance Painter. But then the thing is I have two normals, you know, and then I have to keep track of two normals. I kind of don't like that, so I just put that node setup into Blender. So, and I just keep it set up like that. Honestly, I should make like some kind of preset and just keep that node set up so I don't have to set it up every single time. But, you know, sometimes I kind of purposefully don't do that because I know I'm going to forget. Like, I'm going to forget how to do it manually. And I know that I need to memorize it. So sometimes I'll do it just so I can memorize it. And then once I feel like I'm confident that I have it memorized properly, then I will make a shortcut for it or something. But yeah, it's a kind of like a weird setup in there for the normal. Where's the... These are the teeth. You have to do it again here. So separate color, combine. Like you can see, like I'm probably at the point where I could make some sort of shortcut or like save out a material that just has this. Because I can pretty much reliably recall it now. But I don't know. So there's the... What color did I use? It's like a gray. And that gray too. What do I need? Roughness. So I need image texture. Yeah. Open up the roughness map. Make sure everything's set to non-colored data. I need to check the body to non-color. And then the top teeth. So that's the top teeth. This should also have the same material, so it should automatically load up. So there is the teeth setup. Let me make sure these are actually shaded smooth. Yeah. The eye I'm not really worried about because it's basically like flat color every time. So I don't know if we necessarily need to load up the... Well, I'll load up the roughness, I guess. We have that in there. It's just super shiny. Okay, so we'll check. Do a quick check on everything. There's an issue here. I don't know what these spots are. I think that's coming from one of the materials that I have on here, so we need to get rid of. I need to make some notes really quick. We need to get rid of that on the normal map because it's adding some weird stuff that I don't like. Give me 1 second. Sometimes I like writing stuff down, like actually writing stuff down instead of typing it out, because it helps me remember it better. Which is why I have a notebook on my desk all the time. So there's some weird like spots coming through the normal. And then there's this issue under the arm. And the normal here. I'm not sure if it's because the geo is like tucked in there or if it's actually because of the map. But we gotta figure that out. Under our, like the armpit area. Let's see. Let's continue our inspection. I don't know what that is. What is this? There's like a weird seam or something there behind the back leg. And then it's happening again. It seems like it's happening in the like tight corner areas here. I think it's probably baking like across itself, which is why it's catching those. So we have to get rid of that stuff. What else do we got? We got some stuff happening on this guy, maybe. Yeah, there's some weird stuff happening there. Yeah, it's all these tight little areas. I could try to fix that in the bake, or I might have to manually paint those parts. Yeah, these parts are going to be rough to paint. I mean, to like fix with just the pure bake. Those tight spots in between spikes, in between toes, between teeth. Those are the areas you always have to watch. Okay, well, it's like there's some issues, but they're not like mage super terrible ones. So I can do some fixing. I'm gonna save this. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. I can read Spanish. I'm very slow at it though. I can understand Spanish, like spoken Spanish, pretty well. I am terrible at speaking it though. I wish I could speak it better. Let's see what he looks like in the pose. So I'm pretty sure these are still set up with the materials. I'm starting to get used to navigating my Blender scenes with my pen tablet. And I'm starting to forget how to navigate it with my normal mouse. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Gibberish fluently. So I think that looks pretty cool. Let's check out we'll put the this plane back on here. Do I have a material for this? I don't have a material for this. Turn this down. I think, let me check. I think I have the human character mesh. I think Islander sent that to me. So I can throw that the tribal mesh in here and like see, just scale it up. And see how it looks. I could have sworn I had it. I have to grab it really quick. Because he did send me a link for it. Tribal Human FBX download. It might not be the final version, I guess, but it will be something we can use. See if I can just click and drag it in here. As the whole armature and stuff too. Oh no. Oh no. We'll just keep everything default. I don't want to screw anything up. I think it might be scaled. He's a little bit short. He's not like full 6 foot. So we'll scale him there. That's pretty. Yeah, that's fun. I like just putting stuff in here for scale comparison. I think the Puru that I have here scaled is slightly small, at least compared to the in-game. I scaled the Puru up to the data that I could find online. I think the Puru in the game might be a little bit bigger, but it's not much bigger. Can I see, where is my armature? Armature. Is the music that has been playing from the game? Yeah, this is from the soundtrack from the game. I don't know, Opal. Give it a shot. Couldn't hurt to ask, right? Yeah, it couldn't hurt to ask. Let's see what it. So I'm a little nervous to turn on the lights. Let's see how it does. We could always use Eevee. We don't have to use cycles, but I like cycles. Something's up with the normal maps on the character. I'm just trying to look at the. I mean, it's not super accurate to what it will look like in game, but I'm just trying to see how the the roughness reacts. Again, probably. I don't know if I want to set Eevee up right now. We can try. We can set it to Eevee. And then put the default ray trace on. This is more like what the game engine will see. I need to double check like exact settings, but I think the roughness is working. Cool. Uh-oh. There we go. Why is this guy? Why is his normal so weird? Do I have a material for him? I don't know. Might just take the normal map off so he doesn't display strangely like that. And he has, I think he has multiple, yeah, he's got a head. body. Okay. Yeah, I like doing this stuff. I like seeing them like composed together like that. This is part of the kind of like the reward part of working on all this stuff, is when you start to be able to play around with the characters in the scene. In a scene, I mean, and then you get a little bit of an indication of what things will be eventually. Pardon my crude. We'll have to do a better rig for this guy later. Or maybe one of the animators can pass me the rig that they make for him. Soon-ish. Then I can get better poses out of this. But I think this is fairly decent. Just kind of messing around. What does he look like when he gets his mouth closed? Maybe he's not angry, maybe he's just sleepy. He looks very mean, even when you put his head down to go like kind of like a sleep mode. He looks pretty mean. I like his eyes. If you could have a pet Puru. This is how big you would get. Okay. So I was gonna start working on the other skin, but I don't know. We don't really have time to get started on that stuff. I'm not gonna be able to work on the skin in like 10 minutes. So I think this is probably, we're ending a tad bit early, but I think this is probably a good spot to end, because we got the roughness in normal map in for a test. There are some issues, but we can fix those. And we did a bit of a play around in here with the poses and stuff, which were fun. But yeah, I think that'll be it for today, everyone. I'll do more. We'll get into the other, like the skin pattern and like the skin coloration probably next week. Next Saturday. So if you guys want to join in for that, you'll definitely see me working on the skin pattern. I'll show you guys what it is. I'll actually show you what the color is, so you guys know what I'm going to be working on. So I'm not sure if you've seen all of that stuff. So we'll end with that. I'll show you guys the skin color. Photoshop, hello. Okay. That goes through. Skin. Textures. Skin design concept. So these are the three that I submitted for review. But we'll be working on this one down here. This one here. Next week. That's the coloration that we're going to be starting in on. So see. This is gray, the gray sort of like cool colors with the warm accents on the throat. That's where we will start. There is a green one. There are 2 other skins that I will need to find, but there is a green one. There's a green one and like a reddish like toned one that I'll be doing as well, because we have 3 total. So this isn't the only one. So we'll be doing that, and yeah. I have another stream on Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST if you guys want to join. Doing more stuff on the Spinosaurus scene. And I think that's all I have to like announce, I guess. Yeah, if you guys I haven't really plugged my social media stuff, but I'm posting a lot more of my other work on social media more recently. So if you guys want to give me a follow on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, ArtStation, I'm on all of those places. So if you want to check out more of my work, you can do it there. Okay. All right. Thanks everyone for being here. I'll see you next week. Bye bye. I actually gotta end the stream. See ya later.